Hello Sagittarius, I'm sorry for random truck noises in the background. You may be able to hear actually a nice scream truck playing Greensleeves in the background, which I'm going to come back to because I feel like it's something for your reading. So listen, keep an ear out for that. Um, my reading comes in two parts. So if you're new to the channel, I do an intuitive message at the start, and then I go on to pulling the cards from the decks at the second half of the reading. So if you find that the intuitive messages aren't really fitting you, feel free to go and hit that timestamp down below in the description box. It will take you to where I start to pull cards. You may feel that fits your situation better. As always, gender is fluid in tarot. He, she, they, take it as it resonates. It's more about the actions and the character of the person I'm talking about rather than the gender of the card. So I think that is mostly what I need to say. Obviously, it's a general reading. Not everything is going to apply for you. So take what resonates and leave anything that doesn't. So, Sagittarius. The first thing I've got for you is I've got the song Physical by Lipa absolutely stuck in my head. So, baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. Come on, let's get physical. So I don't know. I'm going to get into that a little bit further. I am picking up on a connection between two people, possibly. The next thing I saw was zebras. I saw at least two different zebras. So zebras could have some sort of meaning. For me, symbolically, zebras mean being very authentic, showing the world your stripes. Sorry, truck noises. Really not being afraid of being who you are as an individual and kind of standing strong in that power and kind of just being very authentic and unique. So you could be finding that you're doing this. Then I heard the name Dyer, so I don't know if somebody has been dyeing something, dyeing your hair, dyeing clothes, but then they told me Danny Dyer, who is an actor. He's got that kind of like London accent, which was coming through, I think, in your last reading. So it could be something to that. And then I was hearing the Sims 2 music. Now I think it was the Sims 2. It was do 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 do. So I think it was from The Sims 2, and I think it was from Open for Business. So maybe you have a business and you're reopening with COVID restrictions lifting. Maybe you've set up a new business and you're about to open it. Open for business. I don't know. Maybe you're just going to go shopping when everything's back open for business. Half a rainbow is my next note. So yeah, I saw like half a rainbow, and I think someone else had these. I'm gonna have to check my notes. Somebody else was getting half rainbow readings. I can't remember who it was though. Let me just check back on my notes, see if I can find that. Who had the half rainbows? Oh, rainbow, half a rainbow. Capricorn. So Capricorn had half a rainbow as well. So maybe you're the other half of Capricorn's rainbow. I don't know. Maybe you're creating something with a Capricorn, because you have got something about creation, which I'm going to again come back to in a minute. So just thinking about how I'm going to get into this. So I've got the need to be a compassionate leader. So there's something to do with leadership and humanitarianism. So you're the god associated with your sign, the planet and god associated with your sign is Zeus or Jupiter. He's to do with leadership, abundance. He's Jupiter's the biggest planet. So there's this thing about being big and important, taking leadership. Now, I'm not really picking this up as your energy, or at least if you are coming into some sort of leadership role, there may be a bit of hesitancy around it, but there's also kind of a questioning of what makes a good leader. Now, as I was finding Zeus for you, I was really, really pulled to Prometheus, and I'm kind of almost getting like, if you look at the underline of this deck as well, oh look, Healer of the Ages as well there. I'm almost getting a bit of a Garden of Eden vibe, and I was getting this, excuse me, I don't know why I keep shouting, I was getting this before I actually pulled this deck out and saw what was on the bottom, and this was like confirming it for me. So even before I started to pull cards, as I was just thinking about doing your reading, I was getting this kind of like almost like Garden of Eden business, where it's almost like you could stay in the Garden of Eden, but then you're not learning anything, you're not growing as a person, something like this. What is that weird noise? Oh, it's the cat snoring. I don't know if you can hear that. It's the cat snoring on my bed. Funny, I'm talking about my cat. She's a black cat. She looks very much like the black cat that's on this Queen of Wands card. Typically, I'm seeing this as your energy. My black cat Bess, she's been sleeping on the bed all day, and she doesn't normally come in my room anymore. She's kind of been avoiding me because I keep picking her up and hugging her. But yeah, she's been on my bed all day sleeping, and I wish I was a cat. I wish I was her, tucked up sleeping. But maybe you've got things to do, Sagittarius. Anything that happens during a reading or around your reading is part of your reading. There's something to it. Now, there is a lot of cat energy coming through for you here. Again, something to do with leadership. So you've got a lion on this card, 2 lions on this card, a lion on this card, a lion on this 2 of Cups card. You've got another 2 of Cups card on the underline of this deck. Again, you had 2 of Cups at the start of your reading last time. I have got a 2 of Cups reading up on my channel. It's a Tell Me Anything reading if you do feel the need to go and watch that. And these 2 lions here, lots of lions. So I don't know if you're working with a Leo, connecting with a Leo, you've got Leo placement. But yeah, lions symbolize leadership, authority, again, like this Zeus card here. Also a lot of eagles. So you've got this eagle here. There's an eagle on this world card here. There's an eagle here. Now, if you look as well, as particularly this eagle here, it's like that is a bit of a threatening eagle. It's coming in here towards this person. That person's got a sword. They're guarded against this. Now, the reason why I keep mentioning eagles, again, is leading back to Prometheus. So, Garden of Eden, Prometheus, myths of the creation of people. Again, with the Sims is the creation of people, right? It's a form of creation of people. So it's also kind of giving me not just Prometheus, but it's going to come to me. No, it's not coming to me. Somebody who created the perfect woman out of stone. I've written a whole blog about it and I can't for the life of me remember his name, so it's probably not important to this reading, but the creation of people. So obviously the Garden of Eden is one creation story. If I use the word myth, by the way, myth doesn't mean false as we tend to use it in our language today. The origin of the word myth, mythos in ancient Greek, you can go and look this up, it just means story, right? So it could be a story about something that truly happened or a false story. It just means the word story. So if I use the word myth, I'm not saying anything is true or false. Origin myths, origin stories. The Garden of Eden, God created Adam out of his rib and then created Eve, or however it worked. Prometheus was obviously Zeus was kind of like the god of the gods at the time. Prometheus and his brother were kind of making all the animals out of clay for the world. And while Prometheus's brother was busy making all these different animals, you know, like on this card, it's like, oh, I'm going to make a bull, I'm going to make a lion, I'm going to make an eagle, I'm going to make this thing, I'm going to make an ant, I'm going to make a cat. He was really excited. He made loads of things. Prometheus really kind of like took the time to make one thing, and it was this perfect thing, and it was in the image of the gods. And he created humans. So I think there's different versions of this myth. In one myth, Zeus forced Prometheus to create women as a distraction, but there's different versions of the myth. But yeah, Prometheus, so he had, you can see the word here is altruism. Prometheus was very caring about the humans. He wanted to protect them. He wanted to make sure that they could succeed and be successful. So he actually stole fire from the gods, from Mount Olympus, from Zeus, and took it down to the humans because he knew that was the only way that they could survive. It would keep them warm, it would stop them from freezing, it would give them light in the dark so that they could be more productive and keep working. It would give them, the ability to scare away animals to cook the food. He knew that this was the ability to create blacksmithery, right? He knew it was absolutely vital for the humans to have fire. But because he stole the fire and went against Zeus, Zeus punished him by having an eagle pluck out his liver every single day. Every day it would grow back, every day it would be plucked out. So it was an eternal punishment. So again, I'm just telling you different stories that people tell, right? I'm not saying one thing is true and one thing isn't true. So, you know, whatever your belief system is here, I'm not arguing with that. We can all believe whatever we want to believe. I'm just telling you the stories because there's something to this. As with The Sims, like creating people, the creation of people, the creation of a world is a key theme here. But also, what happens when you create something? Do you care for it, or do you abandon it? Do you like leave it to the wolves, or do you continue to invest time and effort into this and protect what you've built? So there's something where you've built something with somebody else. Yeah, so here we've got like the world card. Here's the creation, right? You can see all these different forces creating this world almost. So the creation energy going into the world. Again, the world symbolizes something you've created. It could be a work project, a story, you know, maybe you've wrote a story and created characters in it. But there's something that you've, you know, a business, open for business. You've invested time into something, and it could mean the world to you. Now, the Queen of Wands here and the Temperance card, I'm seeing this is your energy kind of being almost very patient, very calm, very nurturing, very loving, very loyal, kind of putting the work in over time, being quite happy as well, being quite happy with wherever you are. But then there's like all this stuff that you don't see. It's like all the bad stuff that you're just not seeing it. And here with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, Jupiter, which is your sign, is all to do with abundance, prosperity, growth, things maturing into something better. So it's like this project, you see all the circles. So this project that you've kind of created, there's things there that aren't good. There's things there that you're not seeing that are kind of tangling up. You know, they're kind of tangled up with your fortune in terms of the success of whatever this thing is that you've created. You know, these people look like they're having a party down here. They're not even paying attention. This person's riding on the wheel. This person's sat there doing nothing. This person's daydreaming. There's a snake here. There's this eagle coming in to attack. So it's like drama. It's like maybe there's a lot of chaos around whatever this thing is, whatever this project is that you created. So there is a need. What I think you're doing, Sagittarius, is it's almost like you're sitting there very calmly, knowing the value and worth of this project, knowing that the wheel's turning in some regards. There's a change of luck, a change of fortune. There's all this confusion with all these people around. So it's almost like there's this new start coming. It's either you're going to take the project forward into this new start. Can you see it's almost like a new Garden of Eden, a new opportunity, or like it's almost like removing it from the chaos and taking it somewhere where it's fresh and clean. So again, it might be like you I don't know, restarting a business. You're kind of clearing out the junk and restarting, or you are, you know, cutting away all these negative ties. But I'm seeing it more as though you're not even going to deal with what all this is. It's like you're going to take that thing you've created and you're going to transplant it and have a new fresh start with it. Okay, so that's how I'm seeing it. It could apply. It's very philosophical. It's kind of a bit metaphorical. So, you know, how that applies to you, just kind of take it as it resonates and kind of leave it if it doesn't for somebody else. Let me just quickly check. So green sleeves. With Jupiter being in Aquarius, there can sometimes be a sense of overindulgence. So that could be why the Temperance card is here as well. A sense of having to kind of like be quite temperate, not overindulging things, especially alcohol. You know, being patient, really kind of almost like holding back on some kind of creative energy. There's a lot of creation here with this Queen of Wands. So the ice cream truck, yeah, I heard green sleeves. I kind of looked into it, and I may actually read some of the lyrics to you, but I believe it was created by Henry VIII for Anne Boleyn. Now, Henry VIII had a huge crush on Anne Boleyn, and she kind of refused him at first, I believe. And ultimately, it didn't end well for her. He eventually had her head chopped off. And so I don't know if there's a bit of a moral in that. Green sleeves. Lyrics, okay. So, alas, my love, you do me wrong, to cast me off so discourteously, and I have loved you oh so long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was my delight, green sleeves my heart of gold, green sleeves was my heart of joy, but who was my lady green sleeves? I have been ready at your hand to grant whatever thou wouldst crave. I have waged both life and land, your love and goodwill for all, for to have. Thy petticoat is slender white with gold embroidered gorgeously. Thy petticoats of silk and white, and these I bought gladly. So again, I'm picking up on this as more of this kind of Jupiter energy. And in your last reading, you did have some business about somebody who was like a shark or controlling. It was like somebody who was mean and you had to get away from them. I'm also, maybe if you've left a relationship in the past or you're leaving a relationship, it's like this person is like, almost like, well, I invested in you, I gave you everything you wanted, so you owe me something. Almost, it's not a very nice energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio or someone with Scorpio placement, but Scorpio also had this thing. They had the same card, the Garden and the Gate. It's like Scorpio was being overprotective about a younger energy, and they had this thing about he had the whole world in his hands, but he lost it, or the Man Who Sold the World as well, they were getting by David Bowie and Nirvana. So it's like I don't know if you're dealing with someone who has almost like a split personality, or somebody who's maybe, I don't want to diagnose people, it's not my job to do that, but something along the lines of like bipolar or split personality, where it's like, this person could be really giving and nurturing 1 minute, but then they'll kind of flip and kind of, especially if somebody is drinking too much, and then they'll be quite mean or controlling or possessive or jealous. But it's like somebody I feel has treated you badly, Sagittarius. Could be in a work situation or any kind of situation, and that you were the world to them, and because they didn't look after you, they didn't maintain you, you're going to move on to something else, is how it's coming through. You're going to move on to somebody who's more of a nurturing, caring leader. And again, here, this does come through again as your energy of like almost like self-sacrifice for the greater good. I don't know, there's quite a lot coming through that. I'm feeling like these are very similar energy, very much Sagittarian energy. Right, what else have we got? So funnily enough, and I'm talking about creating a world, we had that Sims 2 music. The first song that played for you when I randomized on Spotify as I was setting up your reading was Imitation of Life by REM, right? It's an imitation of life. It's The Sims is an imitation of life. Like a goldfish in a bowl, we want the greatest thing since bread came sliced. You've got it all, you've got it sussed. Also that Lipa song, they say, we created something phenomenal. So there's, with these two cards, there's real creation energy here. Somebody's created something, like creating your own world, creating a fantasy, creating a creative project. Like a goldfish in a bowl. It's almost giving me what's that film with Jim Carrey in, where he's living in a sitcom, and he doesn't even realize his world isn't real. It's all like a staged world. What's that film called? It's gonna drive me mad. Let me think. It's The Truman Show. The Truman Show. I don't know. It's like maybe we're all gonna wake up and be like, oh, we're actually living in a simulation. Our world isn't real. We're all in the Truman Show. What's going on here? I don't know. I don't want to get anyone paranoid. Obviously, if you do, don't take anything I'm saying literally, but it's kind of like the storyline. Maybe you're writing a story about this. I watched a film as well yesterday. It was brilliant. If you've got Amazon Prime, I 100% recommend it. One of the best films I've watched in a long time, and definitely hit all my buttons of like loving 90s movies. It was a bit like Groundhog Day crossed with a romantic comedy. It's called something like The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. It was so good. But again, this feeling of like everybody else is living in a simulation but us. Something like that. The next song that played was Let Me Help You by Tayla Parx. Getting a lot of Tayla Parx songs at the moment. It was Lana Del Rey for a while, and now it's all Tayla Parx. So flow, we should just let this flow. Temperance. The second I slow you down, you should just let me go. Someone's slowing somebody down here, and then like, we don't need guarantees. I will just let you breathe. Because your mind's taking your way to your heart. Expectation tears you apart. Don't make me feel like I'm alone. Let's just say it. Don't what is it? Let's just say it. No, don't make it complicated, my love. I'm singing it wrong. Let me help you love me. Now it's funny because you've got the Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups twice here. The Two of Cups was on the bottom. It wasn't on the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Wands was on the bottom of the deck, and the Two of Cups actually stayed in the box. Now, somebody had a reading where Hope stayed in the box. I can't, again, for the life of me, remember who it was. But I got all the cards out and there was one card in and I pulled it out and it was the Two of Cups. And it's funny that you had the Two of Cups in your last reading as well. It's the day that I saw the Two of Cups. I visualised the Two of Cups. So, yeah, you strong Two of Cups, strong Queen of Wands energy. Let me help you love me. Maybe someone's saying this to you. Well, maybe it's a Leo. I don't know. There's a lot of Leo in this chart. Right, okay. I think I'm done with the intuitive messages. So I'm just going to clean up the cards. And then we'll randomise a song for you on camera. And then we'll start actually pulling some cards for you. Oh, this was on the bottom of the deck here as well. Building, atoms. The kind of that world drew my eye. You know, like with The Sims again, it's like electronics. You know, creating a world that's like a 3D world, a 3D reality, augmented reality. They gave me just then a reference of a book. It's a Minecraft book. There's two kind of official, I think there's only two official Minecraft books. It was the second one. I read it to my children. And there's a girl who's in hospital, and she has like the 3D glasses, and she can play Minecraft. She goes into this Minecraft world, which with other children from the hospital. So it's like the creation of a reality. Maybe somebody does this. A cave there as well in the underline that keeps on coming out. Those two cards actually keep coming out. And then Earth and the Healer of the Ages. Maybe somebody's doing something where they're working with, they're using technology and games like Minecraft or The Sims, where you create a world where they are doing something where it's very humanitarian. They're doing some kind of humanitarian project with it to kind of help children, perhaps while children, perhaps, you know, during times of lockdown, or children who can't get to school, perhaps they can attend a virtual school, a virtual environment, virtual learning environment, something like this. Oh, my head, ow. The last thing I have to say as well, sorry, that's quite a long introduction today. Yesterday, for Scorpio, I was given the name Winnie. I was shown a woman. She had long black hair, kind of like olivey, like light brown skin, very beautiful big red lips. She had red lipstick on, and they gave me the name Winnie, and I was like, okay. And just before I did your reading, I googled the name Winnie, and the first thing that came up was a model. I think she was on Canada's Top Models or something like this. A very beautiful model with very similar appearance, but she had vertigo. I'm not sure. I don't know how to pronounce it. The skin condition where you have patches. She's beautiful though. Like she kind of had like the skin around her mouth, almost like one of those Rorschach paintings. Rorschach, you know, the ink paintings, kind of the pattern around her mouth. It's very, very beautiful, and very individual. Again, we're like with these zebras that I was seeing. It's like you know, show your true stripes almost. Be who you are, be authentic, and celebrate that beauty, celebrate the difference. And I can't believe, actually, I was sat here, I was about to do your reading, and I looked at this Queen of Wands more closely, and look, she has it. So I don't know if somebody has, and again, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it very well, vertigo. I'm not sure. Right, okay. Yes. It's unbelievable. I'm just clearing away the cards so I can start the reading and get you a song randomized. I just put the cards that were out sort of back in the deck, and I was about to start shuffling, and these cards just slid right off the top like this, and the Wheel of Fortune was showing itself. So again, the Wheel of Fortune, and look at how the energies are clearing. Can't believe that. I forgot to say about the aventurine. I don't know why, this kind of greeny colour, it was really, really calling to me. You can see it's on my nails as well. So I just wanted to read from this book. It's the Crystal Bible. Aventurine is a very positive stone of prosperity. I don't know if you want to get some, if it's going to help you with any of these issues. Again, prosperity though, and I was like, aventurine, it sounds like adventure. Sagittarius likes to go on adventures. That's kind of my process. And then I picked up the book and I didn't realise that it's to do with prosperity. Again, Jupiter, right? Jupiter in Aquarius as well. A very, very prosperous time for you, Sagittarius. It has a strong connection to the Devic kingdom. I don't know what that is. And is used to grid gardens or houses against geopathic stress. Wearing aventurine absorbs electromagnetic smog and protects against environmental pollution. Taped to a cell phone, it acts as protection against its emanations. This crystal diffuses negative situations and turns them around. That's what I was saying, right? That's what I was saying with that Wheel of Fortune. Negative situations and turns them around. Psychologically, aventurine reinforces leadership qualities and decisiveness. It promotes compassion and empathy. Literally what you've got here, right? Leadership, compassion, and empathy, and encourages perseverance. It takes you back into the past to find sources of disease. This stone relieves stammers and severe neuroses, bringing understanding to what lies behind the conditions. Aventurine stables one's state of mind, stimulates perception, and enhances creativity. I'm stammering now. Maybe someone does have a stammer. I do pick up on that from time to time in my readings. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if that may be a useful stone for you to get. It's come out for a reason, right? I'm going to put it with Prometheus because it's kind of earthy, right? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to get you a song from Spotify. You know, I may start splitting the intuitive section and the card reading into 2 separate videos. Let me know if that's something you'd like better. And maybe people prefer one or the other and don't want to watch both. Right, so Tayla Parx again, already up there. A song for Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius? So funny, again, that theme about worlds, if the world was ending. So this is originally by JP Sachs and the girl I've forgotten the name of, so sorry about that. But this is a cover by Hannah Ellis and Nick Wayne. So if the world was ending, you'd come over right. The sky be falling and I'd hold you tight. And I'd never need a reason why. We would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you'd come over right. Right. It's so funny. This song used to come out for me all the time, right at the start of like the pandemic. It's so funny. I was getting cards like I remember I had one reading and I called it the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse reading. It was like, and I knew something was coming. And I just knew. I was like, something's coming. It's going to be really big. It's going to feel like the world's ending. And then we had the pandemic and I was like, there we go. And then the cards that had been coming out, like the Death card, the Tower card, all these difficult energies, they stopped coming out for me. And I started to get like the Patience card, you know, Temperance, Hangman card all the time. So yeah, it's funny how things work like that. So if the world was ending, you come over right. So somebody's the man who sold the world. Somebody had the whole world in their hands. Somebody, created a world. If the world was ending, you come over right. When you do listen to that song, it's worth bearing in mind that the 2 people who originally wrote that song, JP Sachs and the girl that I've forgotten the name of, they actually ended up together. So they're saying, I knew you weren't down for forever and it's fine. It's almost like the one that got away, that feeling of feeling the connection, but then kind of both being a little bit like, both thinking that the other person doesn't want it when actually you both do want it. So it comes back around and then they got together. So really like that song, actually. Really, really like that song. So let's pull you some cards. I was just making a note of the time there. Right then, Saggy babies. I'm sorry it's getting a little bit dark. My son's coursework took a little bit longer this afternoon than it usually does, so I started a little bit later. There's just no good time to do my readings when my kids are homeschooling. Let's go. Sagittarius, please. What would you like to tell Sagittarius? No, it's not talking, is it? Well, I can't force the cards to come out, and I'm not going to pick one if they don't want to come out. Last chance for Sagittarius, please. Last chance. No, not talking. What's on the underlying? No place like home. That doesn't necessarily mean that the home that you're in is the place that feels like home to you. Okay, Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius. I was just about to say Sagittarius not talking. Okay. Gravity, groundedness, and desert. Solitariness, desert. Having some alone time. It's almost like I always feel, because it's a desert, there's no water there. It's like there's no growth, there's no opportunity where you currently are. So again, it could be that things have slowed down with some kind of creative project that you've been on, or some kind of business. Things have slowed down, there's no more growth, there's no more opportunity. So you're there doing a little bit of soul searching, taking a bit of a time out to kind of think, well, what do I want to do next? Where do I want to go next? There's also no emotion here anymore. They're giving me, I get a lot of Madonna songs at the moment. They're giving me, you abandoned me, love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy, love don't live here anymore. In the windmills of my mind, and everyone can see the loneliness inside me. Why'd you have to go away? Found another place to stay, another home. Okay. Sorry for my terrible singing, but I kind of have to sing it to get it out. Also, really noticing all the yellow as well. I was sort of noticing it before with the colour of the dress of the Queen of Wands. Maybe somebody has a yellow dress. Or it could just be the yellow is symbolic for some reason at the moment. Maybe to do leadership, confidence, being quite original. Not many people wear yellow. It's quite a difficult colour to wear, but maybe you can pull it off. It's also connected to like the sun, happiness. Okay, Sagittarius, please. I'm not liking this. Do you know what I'm getting from the cards? Kind of misbehaving. Yeah, maybe. Oh, right, okay. From the cards, not really talking. It may be that you're not really talking about how you're feeling. But also there's this kind of emptiness. Like with the cards, with the, the way that I'm shuffling and the cards aren't wanting to come out. It's almost like the energy that I'm picking up on is almost this kind of like nulling or deadening of emotions. Like I don't care anymore. Like this kind of like deadness of almost I've not got anything to say because I don't care. Like I have no feelings. And again, with that kind of it's very flat energy. So with that kind of desert, it's everything's dried up. There's no feelings about the situation anymore because there's nothing to have anything to feel about. And then you've got this community card which talks about it can kind of mean like getting together with friends, your network around you. So you could be feeling a bit isolated, a bit disconnected from some sort of community. Or it's that you're being called towards a new place where there is abundance, there is a lot of growth here, there is a lot of, you can imagine there's fountains, there is water. Is that water running there? I don't know. There's cups though. There's a lot of fruit hanging on that vine. So it's almost this sense of like, well, where I am, there's nothing left for me here anymore. So I need to move towards this place where there is abundance. I need to move towards these new connections, where possibly I will feel happy. The Temple Path, again, I keep seeing this card, not only in my readings, in other people's readings as well. You've only got 2 cards. I normally like to pull at least 3. Maybe we can go back to this deck. Now that we've seen these 2 cards, do you have anything to say from this deck, or are you still going to be quiet? Okay. Yin energy and truth be told. So the mask's coming off, the heart space opening up, but also this yin energy is very receptive. So I feel like somebody could be coming towards you, taking a mask off, opening up about how they feel. And this is you being receptive. Now, if it was yang energy, I'd say that it was you doing the opening up, taking off the mask, truth be told. But this yin energy is receptive feminine energy. So this is almost like, being very open, allowing people to come to you, allowing people to bear their feelings, you know, not pushing away when people do that, but being very warm and embracing and accepting. Could be that someone wants some kind of acceptance from a community because they feel very alone. Right, okay, let's go to the books. So the Energy Oracle deck, number 7. Connection with kindred spirits. This card shows 3 women celebrating, sharing ideas, again sharing ideas, right? And supportive energy. The lights in this picture represent your ever-present spirit community as well. Turning the page, when this card appears upright, it indicates an association of some kind. Excuse me. It may be a casual connection of like-minded people joining a club or a community of some sort, especially online with all the world cards, and especially that world card that kind of looked like it was, you know, made up of energy. Could definitely be you've met people online. Joining a club or community of some sort, or even a business partnership consisting of 3 or more entities. That keeps coming up, 3 people joining in business together. The time is right to make such new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. My heart leapt then as well. Networking, again, I've already mentioned that, and community are important parts of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intentions, it accelerates their power in the energetic realm. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending some beneficial alliances your way. Like the Happy Family card, this could also indicate a party or celebration of some kind. Okay. They gave me Cinderella, you will go to the ball. I watched a little Betty Boo Cinderella skit from the 30s last night. Well, I watched about half of it and then I think I finally fell asleep. It just made me laugh. Yin, the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. And that's what that Tayla Parx song said, right? Flow, we should just let this flow. Poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped and not the shaper, and you will see how quickly your dreams manifest. Right, cool. Go with the flow, Sagittarius. And I feel like that's what you were doing in those kind of cards where I said it's like you were just sat there being very temperate, kind of being very patient, ignoring all the drama. That's almost like what's happening. You're just waiting. You're like, I know I'm not even like, I know it's going to come to me. It's like, I'm going to allow opportunities to flow to me. And then they do, right? Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles there. So, yeah. It's so funny. I love it when the cards actually confirm what I've been saying. It's like, yes, yes. It's like my intuition is still working. Woohoo, celebrate. Because sometimes it feels a little dull around the edges. Truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. It's funny that I was talking about the different creation myths, right? Hang on, I think I've turned too many pages. Yep. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that have kept you tied to an illusion. Nothing less than peeling off the layers of denial that have kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and the spirit will answer with miracles. I love that term, gloriously flawed. Gloriously flawed. Again, like, I can't believe the confirmations here. So I was talking about the model with vitiligo. I'm so sorry that I can't pronounce it. It's I used to work for someone as well who used to have it as well. So it's celebrating that instead of trying to hide it away, trying to cover it up with makeup, actually allowing that individuality to show through, and standing proud with it. So, you know, however that applies to you, you know, maybe you've got a birthmark, or maybe it's, you know, you just want to wear your hair a fun colour, and it's almost like, well, this is who I am, and I'm willing to share myself with the world and be my authentic self. Yeah. Libra got a very, sorry, my video cut out mid-sentence. Libra had a very similar reading, where it was about, you know, being true to yourself, loving yourself first, and then, you know, almost like when you love yourself and you're authentic, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. The right people will find you, and you'll know that their love is genuine because they love you for exactly who you are. If you pretend to be someone else, if you put on a false mask, you know, the whole community, the whole world could love you, but they don't really love you. They love the mask. They love the false pretense that you've put out. So people who love you for your authentic self are much more valuable. Those relationships mean something, they matter, rather than a false love because you've, I don't know, edited your pictures so much online or something like this. The shadow side, there you go. So this solitariness comes with the shadow side. So this is the devil energy of the tarot. Capricorn energy doesn't have to be Capricorn, but it's the energy of the card. This talks about, I like this, I like that they call it the shadow side rather than the devil card in this deck, because it talks about the dark side of our own personalities, especially our fears, the kind of negative self-talk that holds us back. So again, it's funny that as I'm talking about loving ourselves and accepting ourselves, it's kind of like refusing all those things that tell us that we can't have something, that we're not worth having something, that things, you know, that we're not good enough to have the things that we want, you know, that we'll fail. Like there's part of us that says, oh, I'd go for that opportunity, but I wouldn't get it anyway. Or, you know, if I went for that, I'd just fail. It's the kind of things that the devil on our shoulder that whispers in our ear and tells us we're not good enough. You know, the devil that tells us, you know, you should wear the mask, you should hide who you are because nobody will love you if you know, show your true authentic self. Well, you know, if you don't love yourself, like, how can anyone else love you if you don't love yourself? You have to find that self-acceptance. You have to do the shadow work. You have to work through those, a lot of the time, childhood, things that happen in childhood that create this sense of not being worthy of things. So whatever that is for you, whatever's keeping you alone, you know, whatever's stopping you from opening up or taking opportunities to move towards people who feel like, you know, you could be happy there, you know, you really have to kind of deal with those issues. So why is community here, please? Tell me about, thank you. Yeah, you've got a choice. He's got the world in his hands. Is he going to take it? The interesting thing about this card is the Two of Wands indicates a decision that needs to be made. Are you going to go left? Or are you going to go right? Now there's pros and cons, right, to whichever you choose. Interesting, you've got the cat. Now with so many cats showing in your cards at the beginning of the reading, I feel like your destined path is to follow the cat, whatever that means to you. But it's like he had the whole world in his hands, but he's the man who sold the world. But then it's like, well, maybe he sold the world because the world that he had wasn't satisfying him. It's like, maybe it's somebody who got everything they ever wanted. It's like, they got their dreams, their wishes, their goals, you know, they had the perfect house, the perfect family, the perfect life, but it looked really good on Instagram, but actually it wasn't satisfying. There was something missing there. So this person's like choosing to kind of follow the cat, follow the wild side, to go out and have adventures, to travel, to see the world, because that's the only way that they can really know if it's like what they had in their hand. Was it the world, or was it a false world? Was it real? Was it really everything there was to, especially with that Garden and Gate card? It's like, what they know, is that really everything that's out there? It's like, yeah, they might be in the Garden of Eden, but what if there's a jungle of Eden right outside the gate or right over the hill? Like, how do they know? How do they know if they don't go? But again, there's this sense of like keeping in touch with people online. Okay. Yeah, global travel. Maybe you're making a decision. Am I going to travel to meet these people that I've met online? Tell me about Yin. Oh, hello, King of Cups. This is one of the nicest cards. If you hear about a love interest. The King of Cups is a lovely card to pull. Water sign energy, particularly probably Scorpionic energy, because it has that sense of kind of being a little bit controlling. But the King of Cups is somebody who has they're very, very emotionally mature. They have a real depth of emotion just right there underneath the surface, but they don't always show it. They're not the sort of person to be acting up emotionally. It's not, they're not going to be there screaming because, you know, they're having a bad day. This is someone with emotional control. They're very, very loving, very nurturing. They probably give very good advice from an emotional level. So this could be somebody who can give you very wise counsel, wise advice. It could be a love interest for you. If this is a love interest and you're sharing with the yin energy, this is saying be receptive. This person could be opening up, telling you how they feel about you. So be receptive when, you know, allow them to flow to you. This person goes with the flow, right? King of Cups, they ride those waves. And again, it is coming through with this kind of almost Promethean energy of somebody who wants to nurture, who wants to, who cares, who wants to make sure that people are safe and they've got the things that they need. So this is somebody who can look after you on an emotional level. It could be you. It's not typically your energy, but you could definitely be acting in this emotionally mature, very compassionate. Again, this altruism, compassionate kind of thinking about the people, thinking about the community kind of way. So why is truth be told here, please? Why is truth be told here? Thank you again, community. 3 of Cups. Somebody else had these exact 2 cards. Was it Scorpio? Was it Libra? I can't remember who it was, but somebody had these exact 2 cards. And again, I was sort of saying that the imagery of this card, you know, they are very supportive, they are very nurturing. It's got kind of made a mother crone connection of a supportive community, people you can confide in, people. So maybe this is saying, like, open up to people you can confide in, open up to people who feel like they're your community, who offer you support, especially if this is at a distance online. Sometimes they do seem a little bit gossipy though, so just watch out for that. Be careful if you are opening up to people, be careful about who you're opening up to, because it could be that some people, you know, even if they have your best interests at heart, they could possibly be a little bit gossipy. You know, things could, you know, your secrets, there could be a bit of a Chinese whispers thing here going on where, you know, your secret gets passed on to the next person, and before you know it, like, you're thinking, that's not even what I said, that's not even my situation. So like, whatever you're talking about, that's not what I originally said. So just be a little bit wary of that. And the Hangman there, again, that kind of patience energy. But this Hangman, there is a crow here bringing in that Ace of Pentacles, that new opportunity. So there is this sense of hanging around, waiting for a new opportunity. Right, let's go to the tea leaves. These cards are quite naughty for me, so let's see how much it spams me. Tell me about the shadow side, please. Thank you. Gong, an exciting event. So if you get, it could be that there is some kind of event, some kind of group meetup here with these 2 community cards. It could involve travel. Don't let your fears hold you back from this exciting event. Can you tell me about community and 2 of Wands? You are going to be making a decision here regarding something to do with your community. Dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So even though this is talking about appearance, sometimes it tells me about somebody who is quite dark emotionally. Again, it could be somebody who's a little bit, maybe a little bit stormy with their emotions, maybe a bit brooding, a little bit like Heathcliff, maybe, like not the bad Heathcliff, but the more romantic. No, let me think of a better. Byron, Lord Byron, maybe somebody like that, with the King of Cups there as well. Somebody, yeah, it could be Scorpio. Somebody who's quite brooding. Okay, tell me about the King of Cups and Yin. Tell me about the King of Cups and Yin, please. Thank you. Mountain Road, you are on the road to success. Well, there you go. Truth be told in 3 of Cups. Truth be told in 3 of Cups. Sun, happiness and well-being and career. So, yeah, it could definitely be some kind of work thing, networking with work, success, career, a meet-up to do with work. It'll make you very happy. So it's like, don't be scared of opening up and making these connections, because you're showing as being lonely here where the shadow side is, and then the good stuff is kind of like over here with these connections with other people. So tell me about Gong and shadow side, please. Why is Gong here with shadow side? And sunrise, again, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. That's exactly what I said, a fresh start, right? Clearing out all this drama like that's around this opportunity and having that fresh start, going into something clean. Exactly. So getting rid of whatever that shadow energy is. It's like there is something that's a problem. You'll probably know instinctively what it is, but yeah, a fresh start, an exciting event, a fresh start. So tell me about the dark man. Well, family wishes come true. There you go, dark man, family wishes come true. Some kind of decision about some kind of community, friendship group. Tell me about the Mountain Road and the King of Cups. Mountain Road and the King of Cups, please. Wow, do you see how that landed right on it? Door, opportunities are waiting for you. Oh my goodness. You are on the road to success. Opportunities are waiting for you. Maybe a bit of an uphill climb though, but keep going. Career, happiness and well-being with the Three of Cups. Is that the card you want me to take? No? Happiness and well-being, please. Sun and career. We've got loads here. Table. Hard work ahead. I told you, with that Mountain Road. Ladder. Ascension, right? Climbing towards success. Oh my God. Climbing the ladder of success. Climbing up the mountain. It's hard work, but you're going to get there. Dog. Protection from a powerful friend. That's probably the King of Cups. Wealth. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. That is so good. Your reading's incredible, Sagittarius, which I'm so happy about, because if you found that reading, the last reading for you, it scared me. It made me worry for you, because it was like you were getting away from this energy that was horrible. And now it's like you're on the road to success. You're going to, like, literally going to a better place. Like, there's health, wealth, and prosperity. Yeah, you're getting away from the claw, right? Be careful. Do not take risks. So tell me about the Gong and Sunrise. Tell me about the new creative ideas. Target. You're a goal-orientated person. You are a goal-orientated person, Sagittarius, or you could be moving towards somebody who is a goal-orientated person. Tell me about family wishes come true. Thank you. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. This is all career, isn't it? Tell me about these opportunities that are waiting for Sagittarius, please. What are the opportunities? Tiger. Doing something risky. I can't growl, I don't know why I try. Doing something risky, taking a chance. Take a chance, take a chance. Tell me about protection from a powerful friend. Oh, there's the dolphin. Look, can't make it up. I put the dog with the King of Cups, and it's confirmed by the dolphin card. And look, there's dolphins in the background of the card. Dolphin. Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So you may have helped someone out in the past and they're going to return the favour. It's going to take you to wealth. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So you may have helped someone in the past when they had when they couldn't find it's like they had a broken bridge, they had a problem, and you helped them in the past, and they're going to reward you for your kind of loyalty, for your support, for your friendship. Horseshoe on the bottom, good luck. Yeah, good fortune is coming in for you, Sagittarius. Definitely with Jupiter being in Aquarius, it's like a time for expansion and growth and opportunities. Anything else to say about solitariness, please? Yeah, okay, it's hiding. So you may be a little bit secretive about these feelings. It might be good to share how you're feeling. You may find that other people are also feeling the same way. But the Four of Swords talks about feeling quite stressed, feeling a little bit overwhelmed, needing to take a little bit of a time out to heal, to think things through. It's just like Sagittarius, you just need a really good sleep and you'll feel a lot better. I know that when I've not had enough sleep, I do get quite overwhelmed. I get quite a little bit down. It happened last night. I'd just fallen asleep and I really needed to sleep, and I kind of was in a deep sleep, and my son came into the room and jarred me awake, and I couldn't get back to sleep, and I was so tired that I was like crying, and I felt so down. I felt really, really miserable, and I was like, I just want to sleep. But it's like as soon as you've had that good night's sleep, you feel so much better. So you may want to just be careful about your sleep patterns. Make sure that you are aware that possibly your thoughts and the way you feel about yourself, you know, it could be that you do feel quite bad if you've not had enough sleep. So just be aware of, you know, what are your actual feelings and what are feelings that are as a result of not having enough sleep, possibly. Tell me more about the community. Two of Pentacles, decision time, left or right. Two of Wands, a decision. Two of Pentacles, this is juggling. This is juggling and kind of being like, I know I need to make a decision, but I'm going to keep juggling these plates. I'm going to keep spinning these plates for a little while longer. But I feel like you're in this receptive energy. You're waiting for somebody to come to you. So, excuse me, so sorry. Tell me more about the King of Cups. I want to know about the King of Cups. Oh, the Sun in reverse. Why is it the Sun in reverse, please? Could be saying it's not a Leo. I think this person doesn't have very much confidence. They don't have much confidence. They don't have much confidence about, yeah, they're a bit scared of approaching you. Like, they have a huge amount of emotion for you. They have that cup to give to you. But they don't have a lot of confidence here. They're a bit scared that you're going to reject them. They're a bit scared that you're going to ignore their offer, that you're not interested. But don't ignore this offer, because this is like this is like a divine gift from the universe. This is a divine opportunity. So just be careful that you don't dismiss this person. Yeah, it's telling you to be receptive, be open. Don't kind of cross your arms and be guarded against this person when they come in. They're not very confident, you know, and if you're not open, they may, I mean, the king, right? You'd think the king would be confident, but they probably have a lot of emotions about this situation. So you just want to be careful that you don't shut them down, because I think they'll just retreat. The kings are reserved. They hold back on the feelings. They don't express themselves unless they feel like it's the right time. So they may clam up again. So just look at that Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's saying be receptive, be open to this person. It's almost like these waves are coming to her. So allow this person to flow to you. Okay, tell me about this truth be told then. Oh, competition could be something. Again, you've got a lot of work here. A community of people. There could be some competition in the community for some kind of opportunity. There could be some kind of disagreement within some kind of community group. Again, you have that kind of like this kind of like being all tied up, like there's been a lot of drama around some kind of opportunity, but I feel like you're just going to ignore the drama. You're going to see the opportunity and you're going to ignore all that. You're going to see the good side. You're going to see the value in that network, in that community. You're going to see the good side, and you're just going to kind of turn a blind eye to the drama. I think that's not what you're here for. That's not what you're interested in. So it's looking super duper good. And there's the Ace of Wands, right? The new creative project coming in. So Sagittarius, I hope you've enjoyed that reading. It looks amazing. Yeah, key advice is get plenty of sleep, get plenty of rest. Don't let your shadow side, your negative thoughts hold you back from this amazing opportunity that's coming in. And then just be very careful. Be careful about who you open up to and who you speak your truth to, because there could be some competition here. A little bit of, do you know, like just drama. Whenever you get a big group of people together, there's always drama, right? So it's just ignore the drama, be careful who you open up to. But when this King of Cups comes to you, and this is somebody who you've done a favour for in the past, they're trying to return the favour. When they come towards you, just be aware that it may take a lot of confidence for them. They may appear very, very confident, but I think when it comes to you, because there's some kind of deep emotion, especially if you've done something in the past for them, you've helped them through something in the past, they may have very deep feelings for you. Again, doesn't mean it's romantic. It can just be somebody who like really values you, who really values your opinion perhaps. So if they're going to come towards you with some sort of offer, could be a job offer, an emotional offer, could be opening up about the way that they feel, it could just be like, thank you, I appreciate you so much for what you did to me. Just make sure you're receptive and you allow them to talk to you and receive them in a loving, nurturing way, because yeah, my video cut out. Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of confidence for this person to come forward. It's like this person could be confident all the time, but around you make them nervous, maybe that sort of thing, because they've got the deep emotions there for you. So yeah. All right, I hope that's helpful to you, Saggies. Much more of a positive reading than you had last time, so I'm so relieved. I told you I'd get you through it. I told you it was going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. So Saggy babies, do take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.